Okay, you guys, I'm on here for a little bit. But also, we're gonna roll this one up too. Put this in with our other kind of dead lighters, but oh goodness. But yeah, we went to the grocery store. We just got back and went in, got some dinner, and also got, some other things to help with my muscles and stuff. Since I've been cramping, and also, just some things to help with hydration. And, just getting better pretty much. And that's what usually a lot of us don't really talk about. We usually talk about the bad things rather than the good parts and getting better. And yep, so I got some things today to move forward and hopefully get to feeling better. Today was pretty decent. I had a good day. It did take some willpower and stuff, but I did make it through. I'm trying to roll this up one real quick and excuse me. But y'all trying to roll this one up so we can smoke while we do our chit chatting as we normally do. That's another thing that my doctor told me to do was to stop smoking. Because she kind of also told me some false information that I shouldn't smoke THC, well, cannabis, because it can make you nauseated, and no, it doesn't. That's what helped. That's why it's given to cancer patients and stuff, and dealing with chemo. But I did let her know, I'm not going to stop smoking. True. I like that too. It's cute. I mean, y'all can't really see it, but it says, if found, return to VIP room. That's kind of cute. But yep, I got some more Sprite for some more clear fluids to go in my gut, and I wanted something cold. Also got some more stuff for hydration and should also help with the muscle cramps and stuff too. I saw they had a couple of different flavors. I chose grape this time. So let's see how I'm supposed to do that. Oh, okay. And that's why you read directions too. Ready to use. Do not add water or dilute. Tastes better served cold. To rehydrate after fluid loss, begin with small frequent sips. 1 to 2 liters per day may be needed while symptoms persist. Hmm. Okay, cool. I got a grape flavor this time. I'm not really a grape flavor fan on stuff when it comes to that, but that is what I chose this time. And it says kid approved taste wise, so I trust them. Kids wouldn't lie to us. Well, they probably would though. They'd probably tell us that it's kid approved. Oh, and we got some bananas too. Oh, and I've also found two good things information wise on my chair stuff when I go to use it out in public and shit. The footrest have a thing where it goes out and like I think it's said an 80 to 90 degree angle to point where it's kind of like how your brace does, your orthotic does. It keeps your leg straight and stuff too. So I felt like that was kind of cool. And it also is supposed to help with blood flow. And another plus is I don't have to put it together. Well, except the footrests. I have to put those on there if I want to be on there. But from what it said, that shouldn't be hard. You just put them in the little slot thing and put the screw on, adjust them where you want them, and that's it. And you can remove them if you don't need them. You don't have to put them on there if you don't need them. Some are great flavored. I never tried any of this stuff. I mean, I have used the Pediasure stuff, but I've never used the Pedialyte. But I've heard it's really good for you. And it's only 9:41. I didn't really feel like it was that late though. To me, it kind of feels like maybe 7 something. But I took a nap earlier too. And then we got some dinner, of course. Got some chicken. And I'm gonna put some of that in my belly in a little bit. I am glad that today went okay and we didn't have to go back to a freaking doctor. So I guess that means I'm gonna do what I did last night again today. Well, tonight in the morning. And then if I feel okay from that point, then I'll try the next morning without and see how that goes and then go from there. Because this time I'm trying to think a little bit smarter about it. And especially if I'm not just going to drink water. But yeah, I've checking my chart and stuff, my patient information. The last couple of days, I have learned why they're being nice and serious is because things did show up because things were off. It wasn't me just saying things were off and like there were reasoning behind why it was off and me being my stomach being upset, not just me making it up in my brain. Like my potassium was a bit low. Um, my red blood count was a little high. I don't know what that means. Um, my white blood cell count was kind of in the normal range, but it is still a little bit on the high side. And something else. I don't know what the other stuff's called. Big word stuff. It did kind of make me sad seeing this person walk out the other day and they just let her walk out. I mean, I get it. She's her own free person. But still. However, I don't know what her case was though either. So I can't really say. I think she was going through the same thing I was. I believe that's what I felt in my heart of heart was that she was going through the same thing I was. Because she was pretty much crying hysterically. I don't necessarily do that. Not all the time anyway. I do sometimes. Depending on the situation. And she was also thanking them and stuff, which that's normal too, you know, thanking people that help you and shit. But it sounded, once again, kind of my situation. Like, oh, she's going through the same thing I'm going through, pretty much. Except she's just having one of those rough days. A rougher day than I am. I cannot sit here and wait anymore. I get to check that we're going. That's how we get hit by cars and stuff. Because we're not thinking clearly during that time. And now you're just storming out. And then you don't even look out in front of you. And then you walk out in the street. And you're right back in there. Or other bad shit. I don't know if she had to go back or not. I'm assuming she probably did at some point, but I don't know. I was long gone if she did. Or already in the back if she did. But all the rest of the hospitals supposedly were on diverge, and it would have been like a 15 to 16 hour wait. I'm like, yeah, I'm not waiting that long. I'll go deal with these shitty motherfuckers if I have to. I am not waiting 15, 16 hours. Especially with me keep on and shit like I am. No. Otherwise, I'll just stay at home and deal with it 15, 16 hours at home. But it was nice to be heard by some of the people that usually make fun of me in there. Like I said, I don't know what the EMS driver said, if he said anything at all. But they said they were going to say something, so I don't know. Because I straight up told them, I'm like, yeah, the only reason why I don't really want to go to one close by is they usually mistreat me. Just make sure they don't mistreat me if you take me here, please. I mean, I know it's not really in your control like that. You can't really do much after you leave. But while you're there, at least, make sure they treat me well. And I'm like, well, we'll do what we can do. We'll talk to them and let them know that you're worried about being mistreated. I'm like, okay, that works, I guess. To me, that is better than doing nothing, so I appreciate you. Yeah, I was so dehydrated over the last couple of days that in order to get it and do my IVs, they literally had to tie my IV down to my arm. It was kind of weird. It felt weird. I'm like, what? Is that normal? I mean, I don't really feel like that's necessarily normal that you have to tie somebody's IV down in order for it to work. Because if they didn't, the thing wouldn't pump. Even with a pump attached to it, it still wouldn't go in my skin. It wouldn't go in my system. And since it wasn't going in my system fast enough, I was really sick, and it was sending me into convulsions. And and so they were trying to get it into my system as quick as they could. Cause I even mentioned to them, saying, I'm like, yeah, I feel like it's kind of triggering my episode stuff, my conversion disorder. I mean, I know it's all connected, but it's triggering me, and I need it taken care of. And they didn't necessarily start taking me seriously until they noticed that when they put the IV in and stuff, even though that they were in a vein, no matter where they moved it to, that it still wouldn't do anything. Like it wouldn't draw blood, and it wouldn't necessarily. It was hard to push the fluids and stuff in too. The medications, they go in just fine, but the fluids, At the other hospital, the first day they tried to tell me that I wasn't that dehydrated. Um, like, motherfucker, I'm telling you, I feel dehydrated as shit. And my pee is orange, and I'm only able to dribble a little bit. I'm telling you, I'm dehydrated. And also, because I'm not throwing anything up. I don't have anything in my belly. I haven't drunk anything or eaten anything. I know I'm dehydrated. Even as I explained to them yesterday, I'm like, I don't care for any of your medications and stuff like that. The fluids are all I need. It's worked the last 2 days. Immediately after getting fluids, I've felt better each time. But both yesterday and the day before, they chose to give me Ativan. Not me. I did not ask for it or anything like that. At Memorial in Chattanooga the day before yesterday, I had to get up and go to the bathroom. It was taking them forever to come in there and get to me. I'm like, well, I can't wait anymore, or I'm going to go on myself. And I'm in a position right now where I'm stable enough I can get up and go to the bathroom. Well, at least so I thought. And I got up, I walked over to the door, and I remember asking them, I'm like, hey, can you get a nurse to come in here? I need to go to the bathroom. She's like, yeah, I'll call them in a minute. Go ahead and get back up in your bed. I'm like, all right, thank you. And still took a few minutes. I'm like, damn, I really need to go to the bathroom, or I'm going to go on myself. And I don't want to go on myself because it's nasty. And I need help. I don't want to sit in it. And I don't have to go, one. So I went up. I got up and got off my bed again the second time. Like, hey, I need somebody in here. Can you get my nurse in here? I need to go to the bathroom. I really need to go. I can't hold it. Yeah, I'll call him. You need to get back up in your bed. Okay. Got back up in my bed, and the last time, it was still taking him a while. Still a few minutes later, I'm like, motherfucker, I cannot wait anymore. I unplugged myself from everything, and I walked back to the door. As soon as I got up, I got lightheaded as shit. And as soon as I got to the door, I blacked out and fell. And then when I came back to, they were evaluating me or whatever. Same shit I normally wake up to after having an episode. Just a room full of people all staring at me. And then I kind of I remember having a response and stuff like, what, why are y'all standing there staring at me? What's up? I mean, because I think I just like went to sleep or something for a minute. No, you didn't. Are you sure? Because I'm pretty sure I just dozed off for a second. Why are y'all staring at me like that? Well, because that is not what happened. You blacked out in the floor and we had to pick you up and put you back in the bed. Really? No, you didn't. Motherfucker, stop lying to me. No? Serious? Oh. Well, can I go to the bathroom now, though? I still didn't get to freaking go to the bathroom. It took over an hour to be able to go to the bathroom, and I still wasn't able to walk to the bathroom. They wheeled me to the bathroom. I'm like, damn, man, all I wanted was just to go to the bathroom. That was it. The only thing. Everybody else has made it harder than it needed to be. I just needed to go to the bathroom. I told you I could have just went myself too if you would have just unhooked me and let me know where the bathroom was. But being that they had me as a walrus during that time, I was be out of bed like that. Well, why didn't you use your call light? Nobody gave me a call light, you motherfucker. If I had the call light, don't you think I would have got up and fell down and stuff? Right, Cookie Monster? I didn't have my call light. My call light was wrapped up around the little hook behind my head, and I could not reach that unless if I got up and walked around the bed and got it. Which, according to them, I was not supposed to do because I was not allowed out of bed like that. I understand y'all busy, but y'all being a little silly now. Come on, do you see a call light over here on bed? No, that means it's not here. I'm not gonna get irritable with y'all because I know y'all are doing everything to help me and y'all are also busy too, but use a little bit of common sense too, please. Pay attention. Like during that time in the room full of people in there, somebody should have noticed, like, hey, she needs her call light. I understand you get caught up in the moment sometimes, when it's like becomes an emergency situation or some shit. That's why I didn't get mad at them because I understood, they're busy. They got things to do. They have more than just me to deal with. Hundreds to thousands of other people to deal with, not just me. That's why I told them I was cold waiting in the waiting room. I'm fine with that. Leave me out there while my fluids is going. I don't have to take up a room, period. Just sit me over in the corner and just hook me up. That's it. Mm, silly. Mm, I forgot. I got to tell my. I think they already know, but I have an appointment tomorrow at 3:15 at my counselor, and not my mental health doctor this time, but the actual counselor. So we should expect to be there for a little while. At least probably a good 45 minutes. This one's not going to be the full hour, I know, because this one's probably just going to be updating information because I haven't been there in the past 30 days. But I know it's still going to take a little while to do that. Like I said, a good 30, 45 minutes plus waiting time. So my love and father-in-law can go do what they need to do. Well, we have cigars right now, so I don't really need that. We got food right now. We might need dinner tomorrow. Because I think we just got dinner for tonight, and we got some sandwich stuff. Oh. Excuse me. But now I'm just working on getting myself better and stuff like that. I'm I think I'm almost back to the point where I'm fully back to myself almost. So, and I reached out to some people on TikTok too. I asked them to message me and stuff because they have the same thing that I do and going through the same things that I'm going through currently. So I want to ask them about stuff and see how they deal with it. Because I feel like that can help me to more move forward in my condition too, is to be able to talk to some other people that have the same thing, that know what I'm going through because they personally go through it themselves. And I think when I go to the cognitive behavioral therapy, I'll find a lot more people that are like me there. But I have, and Tuesday, I'll go to my primary doctor. They'll probably check my blood sugar again, and then do my referrals. Which I need, I believe, for referrals. I need one for orthopedic, and then I need one for physical therapy, I also need one for cognitive behavioral therapy and a movement disorder neurologist. And I think that's it. And then I have a counselor currently. I don't have any hopes in her right now, though. I'm probably going to tell her that tomorrow, too. Because, like, Trick, not that it's your fault either, but it's kind of your fault, too. Because you kept dismissing me. And I kept trying to tell her about things like this, too, but she didn't think it was needed. That's why the doctor at the hospital yesterday looked at me like I was a little bit crazy. Like, why aren't you going to see your counselor? And I told her the exact words. I'm like, I have been going to my counselor. I've been trying to. But every time I go to see, said that I don't need to be there. And she's like, well, then you need to find you a different one because you need to go and get that done. Because she even stated that she noticed while I was doing the counseling that things seemed to be doing good. Like I was able to do things a little bit better. Not that I can't do things now, but I was able to be functional and cooperate with society. Because she said that she noticed that I hadn't been in there for a while. I hadn't been in there for so long that I wasn't even on record anymore. They had to make a whole new file for me. And so I was like, yeah, they even said they were proud of me too, because they've noticed that I put in the effort as well to not go to them for every bit of worry and stuff. And then since I haven't had to go a lot, that's made it easier for us all to deal with each other over the last couple of days without them getting pissy and without me getting pissy. But everybody staying on the same page, even though it was still frustrating, but they still didn't, show frustration towards me, although they were frustrated.
Are you in here?
They did explain one thing that they said one thing that happened not yesterday but the day before yesterday that doesn't normally happen but kinda does in my conversion disorder stuff. But they said that I had an episode. However, during this episode they noticed that my eyeballs were wide open. I didn't blink, not even the whole time, and it was over a minute, and I didn't blink, not even once. My eyeballs didn't tear up. They said that they even pressed in on my eyelid, kind of right here where your eyeball is, and they pressed in on it, and it still didn't even blink or anything. I'm like, what? Really? I didn't even remember that. That's crazy. They're like, yeah, your eyeballs were fully open, and we even pressed on it and everything, and you didn't respond. You didn't even blink. You didn't even tear up. I'm like, what? That's weird. I don't think I've had that happen before that I'm aware of. But cool, I guess. Not cool. I don't know. And they asked me if I was still seeing my neurologist, and then I looked at them like they were silly. I'm like, really? No, I don't need a neurologist for that. Isn't this what y'all told me before? I mean, y'all were so convinced that I didn't need to see a neurologist, and now y'all are back to being convinced that I need to see neurology.
You don't need an epileptologist. You do need a neurologist.
Yeah, but that's what they explained too. They're like, no, you don't need an epileptologist. You don't need to be seen for epilepsy, but you definitely still need to go to neurology. I'm like, oh, well, what are they going to be able to do about it? I don't know. That's why you need to go to neurology. That's for them to find out. And it's just for me to tell you that that's where you need to go. You also need to go to your counselor. And they were pretty clear also about everybody being communicating to each other and stuff, that it's really important. Because she said that she called my neurologist yesterday and he didn't even know anything about it. I'm like, yeah, because they don't talk to each other about anything, but he's an epileptologist, like you said, so there's nothing he's going to really be able to do. We need to follow up with your neurologist, Dr. McKay. He's not going to do anything. Once again, he's an epileptologist, and I don't have epilepsy. So he's just going to look at me and tell me the same thing, probably, like, well, you still probably need neurology, but I can't really do anything, and so I'm basically wasting his time, too.
I need a referral. Someone's going to give me one.
I need a referral. Somebody's got to give me one, and somebody will. Primary will. I'm trying to see if my mother-in-law will go with Tuesday so that she can make it clear. Because she's got a way with her words that, make people tend to listen. Because it's fucked up, and it's fucking everything else up. It is becoming a problem, and I'm back to becoming a nuisance, kind of, and that's not what I want to be. And it's not necessarily that I'm being a nuisance per se, but because I have to keep going to the doctor and me having to use a wheelchair at places and stuff like that, it's kind of being a nuisance a little bit because that's not our normal way of life. It's a change, a big change at that, not just a little bit. And it's not just a big change for me, but it's a big change for everybody else too. And that's why I've also been trying to not get as upset with everybody else because, that's what I've been asking from them too, is for them to express their feelings to me too. Even if I don't like hearing it and I get upset and butthurt during that time, it still helps me in the end to be able to move forward. But as my mom has also stated, and everybody else that deals with me, my spouse, I can do things. I'm not incapable. And I have been through a lot when a lot of people understand. And if I can make it through that, I can make it through this for sure. Because when I think back on it and stuff, this is nothing at all. It's annoying, but that's about all it is. But it takes, a lot of willpower to think about these things. Because you're constantly in a fight with your own brain, your own self. So, how can you tell your own self no or whatever? I mean, you can, but it's hard. I even explained that to the hospital doctor, too, yesterday, because they asked me what I've been doing that helps me during some episodes, and I said most of the time deep breathing helps, not always though. But deep breathing is my number one thing, except for when I'm nauseated and stuff, then it kind of makes it a little bit more dramatic. But I've also asked them, if that can help with nausea stuff too, or does that just make it worse? But she said it honestly depends on the person. We're not the same, so it could make nausea more or it could lessen it for some people. And I tried that a little bit and it helped ish, but kind of made it worse at the same time. I've got a big bruise on my wrist too and on my chest. Because they were rubbing my shit pretty hard. Because once again, I let them know that it was a conversion disorder, so they know what to do. And they were doing the little sternum rubs and stuff, and it didn't do anything during that time, but they did it to the point where I'm bruised up right there. And I'm just bruised up on my wrist area because that's not really the usual place to get your IV done. I mean, you can have it done there. They do if they need to. It's also a small vein. But things have gotten a little bit better today anyway, so far. I don't want to talk too much and then jinx myself. But I got another Sprite to drink down to kind of hydrate myself because I know I'm not going to drink water like that. And we also got some Pedialyte tonight, and I got the grape flavor. I don't know how well I like that or not. I'm not really a grape fan. But if it helps, that's cool with me. It's supposed to help with hydration and stuff. And we also got some bananas too, and that should help with the muscle soreness and spasming and all that good stuff. Because as I thought, it's gonna take a little while before I'm able to get into my new neurologist and other doctors. But that's what I thought at first. Because I told my orthotic doctor before, I'm like, I'm telling you, it's going to take, I know, over a month to be able to get it done. And hello, how are you? Sorry, I just saw your comment. Is it Rachana? Rachana? I am kind of horrible at pronouncing names
Regina?
sometimes,
I
so
didn't read it.
I
So
do
what, Regina?
apologize.
Is it Regina?
I don't know. It's Rachana.
Oh, that's a fucked up name. It's legit. Yeah,
But I do apologize if I got your name wrong.
it ain't your fault. I suppose you dropped name.
I mean, I got a feeling I got it the first time, but
It sounds
you
like
say that,
Regina,
and
just spelled all weird. Like Regina.
or is it Regina? Because she's like, well, I got some room to sit over here in your chair now. I figured it out. You got this little bar thing right here. She fell on the floor earlier. It was kind of funny. I still made no sense. The doctor yesterday, she asked me, she's like, you do smoke? I'm like, yes. And why? She's like, because you smoke too much of that too, it'll make you nauseous. No, it doesn't. Stop telling me that. And I wasn't even smoking during that time. It's like right when I get up, it's my conversion disorder stuff. I know it is. My other stuff was low and high, so that could be a contributor too. But I haven't had anything in my belly for a couple of days, so that's also a contributor. Because that'll also make your belly upset too. Especially if it's not actually upset when your brain's telling it is. And then you lose things that you need because you throw it up. Well, yeah. It comes out in your stomach acids and stuff. And so I also need to remember if I'm feeling nauseated and dehydrated, not to guzzle this thing, but a sip at a time. Because that's what it says to do. So, and also the good thing about it is it doesn't have a lot of sugar. It's got like 9 grams of sugar. And 370 milligrams of sodium, 16%. And it's also got a good bit of potassium in there too. 280 milligrams. And chloride. I don't really know what that's for, but it's something that is in your body, I guess. About 3 servings per container. Mm. But how have y'all been today on Mother's Day? How was y'all's Mother's Day? I don't know why I didn't just, say that from the beginning. Made it all complicated on myself. Oh, I get this bag on the back of my chair, so I get to put stuff in it. I don't have to have pockets. I like having pocket stuff because it makes it easier for things. Especially to like put your phone and that kind of stuff in. Well, I guess in that situation, I wouldn't put my phone back there because that would kind of be hard. I'd have to reach behind me to grab it. I'm just talking out loud, yeah. I'm smoking, just chatting. It still doesn't even feel that late to me.
It's only 10:30. It ain't that late.
Yeah. And so, my appointment is at 3:15 tomorrow. That means we'll have to be up by 2:15 and 2:30, I guess. And so maybe when I get up at 2. I don't know. I may or may not get up sooner, depending on my body and its cooperation. If my brain tells me to get up, then, yep, I'm gonna get up. Because I've noticed the last couple of days that that's probably also contributed to the nausea and stuff is laying down so long. So I figured putting some stuff in my belly and sitting up and moving around some will help some, hopefully. It was so hard to walk in the store earlier. I didn't realize how difficult it was going to be. I made it though, but when I got home, I had to sit in the kitchen floor for a second. I was, however, able to make it around the store without falling and hurting myself, but I had Buggy to hold on to. I was just going to use the other buggy, but I'm like, nah, it'll just be better if I try to walk it out some. But it felt like an exercise for sure. And it felt like I was walking uphill, and we weren't walking uphill. And thankfully, not that time. However, I'll be, because I know this video is pretty long.